What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Big Boy John 25, and tonight I'm going to do my WWE Smackdown review and highlights. You guys can hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and let's get started. Smackdown itself was absolutely terrible. It was just terrible. But one thing I liked about Smackdown was Bayley's promo. That was the only promo that I liked the entire show on Smackdown. Bayley cut a fire promo, but I'll get to that in just a moment. In-ring segment, Roman Reigns upon Heyman. Heyman says they told everyone what he was going to happen. Reigns says he would come through and wreck everything, and he walked away. Universal Champion. Roman Reigns authorized Heyman to tell the truth. Last week, Roman Reigns' bloodline stepped up and emerged the #1 contender for the Universal Champion. Heyman has the honor and pleasure of introducing Reigns' blood brother Jey Uso. Uso joins Heyman and Roman Reigns in the ring. Uso says he has love for Heyman. Heyman goes way back with his family. Uso thanks Heyman. Uso is excited to compete against his cousin at Clash of Champions. We already know that match is gonna be good at Clash of Champions, but the outcome, Jey Uso is not gonna beat Roman Reigns for the Universal title. I just have to put that out there. Anyway, let me continue. Heyman says he can take no credit. It was Reigns who gave the order to create the opportunity for Jey. Reigns says Uso doesn't have to thank him. Jey earns this. Everyone is proud of Uso. This is Uso's moment. Reigns says just like when they were kids, he is going to whoop Uso's you know what. After that, it will be all love. Uso says it ain't going down like that. Baron Corbin interrupts and says this is a classic case of nepotism. Corbin can't stand when someone walk around and abuse their power. Sheamus walks out and says he agrees with Corbin. Sheamus says after he took out Big E, it should have been made in a triple threat last week. Sheamus says he didn't have time to prepare it. Uso challenged Sheamus and Corbin to a tag match later tonight. Uso calls it the blood versus the butt mud. Sheamus tries to attack, but Uso takes out Sheamus and Corbin as Reigns looked on. Backstage, Sami Zayn goes nuts because there is a graphic that says Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles will face off the Intercontinental Champion later tonight. The Intercontinental Champion, Jeff Hardy versus AJ. We seen this match last week. Then we seen this again. It says before the match can start, Sami Zayn walks out on the stage. Sami Zayn says this match isn't for the Intercontinental title. Sami Zayn is the Intercontinental Champion, which is true, by the way. He never lost the title in the first place. Just because he took a couple of months off for personal reasons, WWE saw fit to crown a shame champion. This match needs to be on record as an exhibition match. Adam Pearce and security walk out and tell Zayn it's time to go. Sami Zayn screams this is an insult. Styles attacks Hardy from behind. When the bell rings, Styles misses a splash in the corner. Hardy lands a twist of fate. Hardy misses the swanton. After the break, Hardy trips Styles so he hits his face on the ring steps. Hardy leaps off the steps for a leg lariat. Hardy lands the move but crashes into the barricade in the process. Back in the ring, Hardy tries his patent double leg drop but Styles blocks. Hardy hits the whisper in the wind. Hardy calls for the twist of fury. Styles avoids it and hits the Yoroshi. Hardy kicks out. Styles calls for the Styles Clash. Hardy recovers it into a double leg drop for a near fall. AJ Styles traps Hardy bad knee and drives his elbow into it. Drop kick by Hardy. Hardy misses a drop kick and he cornered. Styles sets up the phenomenal forearm. Sami Zayn appears out of nowhere and pulls Styles off the apron. Sami Zayn attacks AJ Styles. Zayn rolls into the ring and hits a hell of a kick on Hardy. Alright, then we get Alright, let me continue. Backstage, Uso is trying to game plan with Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns isn't paying any attention. As Hardy is walking up the ramp and he collapses. After the break, AJ Styles says Sami Zayn has to stop. Hardy cheated to win the title, and now Zayn claims to be the real champion. Styles says he can beat Zayn and Hardy. Styles doesn't care what kind of match it is. Backstage, Street Profits barge into Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura's locker room. Ford and Dawkins just wanted to check out the championship lounge. Cesaro says they don't have time for this. They have a match. Dawkins says they will hang out back here and scout the Smackdown champions. Cesaro tells them not to touch anything as soon as Cesaro and Nakamura leave. Dawkins and Ford make a mess. During a video package, Kalisto refers to himself as the leader of the Lucha House Party. Lance Dorado rolls his eyes. Backstage, the trainer tells Hardy he just needs some foes. Zayn storms in and Hardy attacks him. This is the lamest brawl that Sami Zayn and Hardy had. This was the lamest brawl. Lucha House Party versus Cesaro. This match was quick. They didn't really care. Kalisto and Metallic double team Cesaro. Nakamura tags in and catches Kalisto with a knee. Bad vibrations by Nakamura. Cesaro and Nakamura take turns working over Kalisto. Ford and Dawkins appear on the Tigertron. They are having a party in Cesaro and Nakamura's championship lounge. In the confusion, Kalisto rolls up Cesaro for the win. The winner of the match, Lucha House Party. But here's my opinion. I really want to see Cesaro in a World Championship picture. That's all I gotta say, because he's very athletic in the ring, and WWE doesn't want to give him that credit. So I give credit to what credit's due to Cesaro. He is very athletic in the ring. He's very good, and I want to see Cesaro in the world title picture. That's all I gotta say. All right, let me move on. Bayley arrives backstage. Bayley is carrying a chair. All right, let me move on. Lucha House Party joins Ford, Dawkins, and the rest of the party in Cesaro and Nakamura's locker room. In-ring segment, Bayley. This was the best This was a fire promo that Bayley cut through the entire show. This is the only promo I really enjoyed. Bayley sits in the chair and she brought to the ring. Bayley says everyone wants to know what Sasha Banks is feeling and when she will be back. No one is asking how she is feeling. Bayley admits to loving every minute of the beatdown she gave Banks. Everyone wants answers. She has questions. Bayley isn't dumb. Bayley knows that Banks was just biding her time. Banks pretended to be Bayley's best friend all along. Banks was using her. Bayley knows that because she was using Banks. Bayley never cared about Banks. Thanks to Bayley. Bayley was Bayley doll straps. Thanks to Banks, Bayley has held the SmackDown Women's Champion over a year. Bayley calls Banks unless. As Bayley walks up the ramp, Nikki Cross makes her entrance. Bayley and Cross stare at each other down. As Cross gets closer to the ring, Bayley hits her with a chair. Okay. Number 1 contenders match: Lacey Evans versus Nikki Cross versus Tamina versus Alexa Bliss. This Fatal 4-Way match was decent. It was just a decent Fatal 4-Way. It says Bliss is tossed out of the ring early. Lacey Evans missed her slingshot elbow. Bliss double drop kicks Evans and Tamina. Bliss hits the first pair of insult to injury, but Tamina breaks up the second part of the clothesline. Tamina boosts Alexa Bliss in the face. Tamina splashes Alexa Bliss in the corner. Lacey Evans tears Tamina eye across the top rope. Lacey Evans tries to handstand drop kick, but Tamina kicks her in the chest before she can complete it. Nikki Cross finally enters the match and gets a near fall on Tamina. Nikki Cross whips Bliss into a dropkick to Tamina and Lacey Evans. Alexa Bliss is looking off into space. Nikki Cross flattens Tamina and Evans with a crossbody off the apron. Alexa Bliss draws Nikki Cross with a Sister Abigail on the floor. Alexa Bliss immediately starts looking off into space again. During the break, Alexa Bliss leaves the ringside. Alexa Bliss has far away looking in her eyes. Lacey Evans lands her slingshot elbow on Tamina for a near fall. Evans goes up top, but Tamina pulls her off the ropes. Evans hits her face on the turnbuckles. Tamina misses a hip attack in the corner. Handstand Bronic Buster by Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans crushes Tamina with a double jump moonsault. Nikki Cross breaks up the pin. Nikki Cross crushes Tamina and Evans in the corner. Cross bulldogs Tamina while clotheslining Evans. Tornado DDT by Nikki Cross to Tamina. Tamina super kicks Lacey Evans. Cross eventually rolls up Tamina for the win. The winner of the match, Nikki Cross. Now Nikki Cross is going to Clash of Champions to face Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Champion, which is, I don't really care about that match either. So anyway, let me move on. Then we see Carmella in the Carmella's in the you know what I'm talking about, in the package. Otis versus John Morrison. This match was terrible. Otis tosses Morrison around. It says Otis tosses Morrison around the ring. Miz jumps on the apron to distract Otis. Morrison tosses Miz the lunchbox with the Money in the Bank contract in it. Otis hits the caterpillar followed by the Vader bomb for the win. The winner of the match, Otis. Can we all agree that John Morrison and the Miz needs to break up? I know TM is watching this, so I hope the WWE draft comes so John Morrison and the Miz can break up. That's all I need. That's all I gotta say. Backstage, Otis reveals that Miz has the wrong lunchbox. Miz tells Morrison that his lawyer says there are loopholes in contracts and they could make this work. When Miz opens the lunchbox, there is nothing in there but an apple core. Miz says he is calling favor. Firefly Funhouse segment. This segment was just disappointing. Riot says because of Reigns, there is something missing from Firefly House. How you deal with loss defines who you are. Riot says it's time to have some fun. In this small box on the table, Riot claims the newest member of the Firefly Funhouse, Pascola, in the preserving parrot. Riot wants the pirate to come out and say something inspirational. Nothing happens. Riot looks in the box and is terrified. Riot says he probably should have cut some holes in the box. Riot checks the box. The Vince puppet comes in and yells at Riot. Riot clearly can't handle the Firefly Funhouse on its own. Vince puppet says Riot better play along or else he's fired before Vince puppet can finish. Riot agrees. Vince puppet introduced a special advisor to the Firefly Funhouse, Wobblin Walrus, Paul Heyman puppet. Who is Wobblin Walrus? Can somebody let me know down below in the comment section who is Wobblin Walrus? Cause this segment was just terrible and disappointing. Alright, then we move on. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus King Corbin and Sheamus. This tag team match was decent. As Jey Uso makes his entrance, Sheamus attacks him. Sheamus tosses Uso in the ring as the bell rings. Uso is surrounded. Uso rolls up Corbin for a near fall. Uso runs right into the deep six by Corbin. Uso kicks out. Sheamus and Corbin takes turns working over Uso. Uso knocks Sheamus off the apron. Uso Samoa drops Corbin. Uso misses a running hip attack. Sheamus gets a near fall after white noise. Sheamus calls for the bro kick. Roman Reigns music hits while Sheamus is distracted. Uso super kicks Sheamus. Uso goes up top. Reigns tags himself in. Uso hits the Uso splash. When Uso goes for the cover, the referee tells him he isn't legal. Reigns spears Sheamus for the win. The winner of the match, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. Roman Reigns help Uso to his feet and leaves. Uso looks on as Heyman presents Reigns with the Universal Champion to Roman Reigns. Uso joins them on the ramp. Uso raises Universal Championship to Roman Reigns and hands that he is holding the Universal Champion with. Reigns gives Uso a death stare for touching him and I am the champion. And SmackDown goes off the air. Ladies and gentlemen, this entire show was garbage. But the one thing I like about SmackDown was Bayley cut a fire promo. But everything else was just garbage. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my WWE SmackDown review and highlights, please drop a like on this video. Subscribe to my channel. I will leave my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok down below in the description. My name is Big Boy John 25. I will see you guys in the next video. Big Boy John 25, and I'm out of here.